How many of you know it's not only important to get healthy, but it's important to stay healthy? And that which we prioritize and that which we focus on continues to grow in our lives. You have to take the time to create a vision for that. What does that look like? And here's what I want to say about time. So many times when I guide people and train them and coach them, they say, I don't have the time. And I say, well, tell me where you're spending your time. And they haven't really thought it through. But I want to say that anything you don't schedule, you never really get to. How many of you know that? Amen. I mean, so some people say, well, I don't have the time to take care of my health. And I say, well, do you have the time for sickness? Do you have the time to be in the hospital? Do you have the time to be in pain? Do you have the time to not be productive? They say, well, doc, I don't have the money to take care of my health. I say, well, everything in life has a cost. And there's a cost to not doing things, just like there's a cost to doing something. And have you weighed the cost of not doing anything regarding your health? Have you thought through what it costs to have cancer or heart disease or strokes or mental disorders or all these different things? Because, one of the things I came to realize is that there's this concept that is called generational sickness. Some of you heard of this before. The medical doctors know it because when you fill out a medical history form, they want to know the conditions your family had. Why? Because they know that pretty much you're going to have the same conditions. But you see, people think it's genetic, and I'm here to tell you, it's not genetic, it's lifestyle. In other words, the same habits that the parents had tend to be the parents of the children's habits. The same lack of knowledge runs in family lineage. Isn't that right? Because who do you learn about health from? Typically, you learn from your parents. As a child, they're teaching you, here's how we deal with health. You see, we get sick, we have a medicine cabinet, right? And my gosh, right away you're teaching them they need medicine, right? And so by the way, my children, I have a 6-year-old daughter named Gabriella, and this is a picture of her with my son, whose name is Nathaniel. And they don't know medicine. They weren't raised in that model. They were raised in a model that when I feel under the weather, I get adjusted. And so the other day I came home and somebody was watching my daughter for us. My wife and I went out to dinner. You got to make the time, right? And I came home. My daughter was telling me, hey, this lady that's taking care of me needs an adjustment. So she's like, she's delegating my services. Now I'm adjusting, I come home and I'm like, okay, I got it. But she's right. And I can't say no because I know she's right. So I took care of her. And my daughter knows that when something's not right, when she's not feeling right, she gets adjusted. When she's under the weather, she gets adjusted. And one of the things I came to realize is that her understanding of revelation knowledge on health is so different than the average person's, because she knows if I don't feel good and I get my what bone is the most important bone? C1. If I get my power turned on, then my body gets strong and I'll be able to fight off anything that's going on. And she knows, get this, that there's certain supplements that strengthen her immunity. And so she knows if I'm under the weather, I need zinc, I need quercetin, I need my Immunopoi, little bottle for kids. And she knows what to take. And I think about how amazing that is, because in her life, that's the way she's going to be raised. So rather than generational sickness being an issue, it'll be generational health being passed on. And what we pass on to our children is based on the knowledge that we've attained so that we can make a change. And rather than getting generational sickness, they understand generational health. Rather than them saying cancer runs in my family, health runs in my family, adjustments run in my family, good eating runs in my family, taking proper nutrition runs in my family, praying runs in my family, praise runs in my family, stillness runs in my family. We don't reach to medications because we understand there's a better way.